Let's talk about the coronavirus. People are afraid of the virus, but there is a danger that's a lot bigger and a lot deadlier than the virus itself. And that danger comes from our social abstinence and social shielding. This is what will come if we keep on acting as we are doing now. A worldwide war between radical groups and its opponents. Not so much a war between countries. Now this is nature. Nature cries for help for years already, for decades. And it tries to show us that there are too many people in the world. Nature shows us how sick she is with earthquakes, famine, with the global warming, floodings. So man looks at it and quickly turns away and continue what he's doing all this time and what he's doing best. And that is promoting the economy. Because if the economy goes down, then money goes down, and money is power. Now, if there are less people in the world, then this is a simple fact. Then also economies, they go less, they will diminish. Now, the last 3-4 decades, man has grown weaker because too many people means we have to manipulate our food and our water gets contaminated. So because of bad quality food, bad quality water and bad quality air, of course, we weaken ourselves. But man knows how to cheat that with more chemicals in the form of medication and other artificial appliances. He knows how to cheat that, and he keeps the sick alive and he keeps the weak walking. Now it's because of this weakness that nature finds a way to contaminate us with the coronavirus this time. And it's not even a very good and strong attempt, because the coronavirus is just a flu virus. Okay, it's a lot more contaminating and people die from it, but it's not the Black Death. And this is nature. I mean, nature kills the weak and the old. Now, if we could agree to that and take that lesson to ourselves and do something with it, but the unthinkable happens. Man panics because sickness cannot be part of his thinking anymore. It doesn't belong in his world anymore. Sickness needs to be abolished. So this panic is the real danger. Economies are being shut down, countries are closed. The US closes its border for foreigners. Trump declares the state of national emergency. Italy is already closed for a long time. Spain is in state of emergency. Poland will close its borders and will only get their own people back if they go 14 days in quarantine. And on a smaller scale, universities, schools, museums, mosques, churches, workplaces are emptied and closed. Social gathering, festivals are cancelled and people are advised to or forced to stay at home. And this is just after 2.5 months after the first outbreak. Now, I didn't worry much about the coronavirus, but now I'm starting to worry about the consequences. And you don't have to be a rocket scientist to imagine the consequences this can have, and that this can go terribly wrong. So let me tell you a little story that I came across this morning. Here in Thailand, where I am now, you have a city called Lopburi, and Lopburi has a population of monkeys. And the monkeys in Lopburi are plentiful. They roam the streets, they occupy everything. and if you have food in the back of your truck, then they will pick it out. So there are too many monkeys already in the lobby. Now these monkeys, they had a very good economy going on. And you had two groups, the monkeys from the temple area and the monkeys from the street. Now, you think, what does this have to do with the coronavirus? Well, because of the coronavirus, the economy of the monkeys went down because tourists didn't show up anymore. That meant that the monkeys in the temple didn't get their food anymore. So, yesterday, they attacked with thousands the monkeys in the streets, and there was a real monkey fight going on. Now, this shows us what will happen if the economy goes down. And now I'm not a politician, and I'm not an economic expert, and I have no power whatsoever. And I'm not going to paint you the picture in order of which things will happen. But I know this: if we only stay men and not human, meaning keeping in contact with each other, this will go the same way as the monkeys in Lobori. They had a good economy going on for themselves until they didn't anymore. So a war will start. And I don't believe a war between countries, but a war coming from radical groups that seek their power in the weakened society, because also that is nature. So, what will happen if we are shutting ourselves down from each other, if food, clean water, gasoline and later on weapons become the major assets in our life? We will lose a lot more lives than if we take the reality of the corona problem on together. Take on corona together without hiding, without stopping to live, but improve our lives by being there for each other. And yes, corona will take its toll. People will die, but we will be able to beat it sooner and we will stay human. From there we can look at the lesson nature is teaching us here and create a society with less people but a higher standard and retain our respect to nature. But maybe nature is counting on us to do what we doing now, and that is to exclude other people and to build up borders and to form groups. So in the end we will start wiping out each other. Any which way it will go, nature will win always in the long run.